Tell you what, while we're sitting out here waiting on some dove to fly, let's talk a little bit about this CZ Bobwhite 28 gauge double barrel shotgun. You can see the wood is gorgeous on it. Now you gotta understand, we're talking probably somewhere, just call it $750 ballpark for a shotgun. And for a field gun, it's nice enough to where it's going to be nice and reliable and function correctly, but it's not so nice that you worry about taking it out in the sleet and the snow and everything else. But the specs on this thing, it's 44.8 inches long. It's got 28-inch barrels on it, double triggers, straight English stock, splinter forearm grip. A feature I really like, it has extractors versus ejectors, so you're not having to police all your plastic up off the ground after you fire a shot. Made by Huglu in Turkey. If you know anything about shotguns, especially double barrels and over and unders, you know that Turkish and Spanish manufacturing of those things is just pretty much about all you could hope for. Huglu, however you want to say that, imported by CZ USA, Kansas City, Kansas. You can see I've got a ShotKam mounted on it. This thing weighs in, without the ShotKam, at just over 5.5 pounds. 5.55, I think, is what they advertise for the 20 gauge. Got great triggers on it. I just can't say enough about it. Now, these things are a little stiff when you first get them, as all well-made over-unders and double barrels are going to be. But mechanically, it's perfect. One of the other nice things about it is the receiver is a CNC receiver, CNC milled receiver, and if you get a lot of the cheaper end 28 gauge shotguns, you know, like in the $200-300 range, $400 range, the entry level double barrels, they're going to have a receiver that is built for a 20 gauge shotgun or a 12 gauge shotgun. Is not going to be specifically re-engineered and designed for a 28 gauge double barrel. This one is, and it shows in the performance and how it swings. This is the CZ Bobwhite G2 version. I think what they did was improve some of the internals inside of the receiver, and that's probably about it. You've got nice checkering, especially for a field gun. I don't know if I mentioned it, straight English stock, but you can see splinter forearm grip. I mean, that's what I grew up with. Double triggers. I love double triggers. I hate the little fumbling back here with a selector switch if you want to change chokes. And, I guess if you get used to it, you can do that. But it's much simpler to me to move your finger back and forth. The front trigger fires the right-hand barrel. Back trigger fires the left-hand barrel. I'm not going to show you the muzzle right now because this thing is hot. But it comes with, you can see the bead up on the front of the barrel. It's a nice sight picture. It comes with slots in the cut in the end of the choke tubes. It comes with a cylinder bore, an improved cylinder, modified, improved modified, and a full. So right now we have, and in just early part of dove season, so we've got an improved cylinder in the right-hand barrel, which is the front trigger, and a modified in the left-hand barrel. Now later on in the season, unless we're quail hunting or something like that, we might go ahead and move the modified into the right-hand barrel and the improved modified into the left-hand barrel. But, they're easy to change out. A lot of people are skeptical of 28 gauge, and we're not going to get into the whole square load argument that you're going to find on the internet with, you know, a 3/4 ounce load of shot and the dimensions on how it fits into the shell and all that happy minutia. Feel free to jump down that rabbit hole if you want to. All I'm going to tell you is that this thing patterns excellently with some Winchester AA's. Right now, I have it loaded with 1 ounce loads. Yeah, 1 ounce loads in the 28 gauge of 7.5 shot. The standard 20 gauge loads that you're probably going to get for dove season are going to be 7/8 ounce of number 8 shot. So you do you, pick what you want, but I'm just telling you, this thing hits like a ton of lead, and it patterns as well as or better than a 20 gauge does. And you know, there's a reason a lot of duck blinds around the country are full of 28 gauge shotguns. At 5.5 pounds, you'd think, oh, well, that thing kicks like a mule. No, it doesn't. Even with these high powered, I'll call that 1 ounce load high powered in this thing, you're basically dropping 1/8 of an ounce out of your load of what your standard field load is going to be in a 12 gauge shotgun. And this thing, it's just more of a, if you've ever fired a 223, that's about what it feels like to me. And if you get old, like I am, shoulder surgeries and everything else, and you're tired of getting kicked by a 12 gauge repeatedly over a few rounds of skeet or some hot and heavy dove hunting, you will appreciate the light recoil out of a 28 gauge. I'm here to attest to it, and I guarantee it. And another thing, if you're walking all day long at 5.5 pounds, you just can't beat it. But if you got any questions on this, drop them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. I'm absolutely in love with this thing. I hemmed and hawed a long time. Do I want to go with a, you know, I got 12 gauges and 20 gauges, and my wife's even got a 410. But I was debating on either a 16 gauge or a 28 gauge. Ammo is more plentiful for the 28. I got a couple of cases on sale when I saw a good price on them, and one of them is 7/8 or 3/4 ounce. I'm sorry, 3/4 ounce of number 9s for shooting clays and early season dove, and then the 1 ounce of 7.5 that, you know, would be perfectly suitable for Upland game of any sort and variety. But love this gun, bought it myself, can't say enough good things about it. If you're looking for a good, $700-800 field shotgun, you're not going to go wrong with this jewel. So hopefully we'll do some shooting here, and if not, I'll at least throw some ShotKam video from this thing on there, and we'll see you next time. Hidden Acres Outdoors. Bye.